Your boiler does not break down suddenly. It breaks down in stages. Each stage has a warning sign. Each warning sign has a fix. And each fix gets more expensive the longer you leave it. The problem is that most UK homeowners do not know what the warning signs mean. They hear a noise and ignore it. They see a fault code and reset it. They notice the heating takes longer to warm the house and turn the thermostat up. By the time the boiler stops working completely, they have already passed through 5 stages where the problem could have been solved for a fraction of the cost of what they are now facing. Today, we are going through every stage of a UK boiler breakdown, what each warning sign sounds like, what it looks like, what it means, and exactly what it costs to fix at each stage versus what it costs if you wait until the next one. This is a video to watch now, not when the boiler stops working. Now, if you are new here, hit subscribe now. Every week, British Home Secrets reveals the knowledge they buried built specifically for UK homes. Now let us get into this. Before we go through the stages, you need to understand one thing about how UK boilers fail. They do not fail randomly. They fail in a predictable sequence driven by 3 factors: age, maintenance history, and water quality. A boiler that has been serviced annually and has clean system water protected by inhibitor and a magnetic filter will typically give 15 to 20 years of reliable service. A boiler that has never been serviced, has no inhibitor in the system, and has been accumulating magnetite sludge since installation will typically begin showing serious symptoms within 8 to 12 years. Most UK boilers fall somewhere between these 2 extremes. And most UK homeowners have no way of knowing which end of the spectrum their boiler is closest to, because nobody has ever explained to them what to look for. Until now. Stage 1. The boiler is working, but something sounds different. Stage 1 is the stage almost everyone ignores. The boiler fires, the heating comes on, the water gets hot. Everything works, but there is a sound that was not there before. A faint rumbling when the burner fires, a slight knocking or tapping when the pump is running, a whistle or hiss during the heating cycle. These sounds have names in the heating industry. Kettling is the rumbling caused by magnetite sludge deposits on the heat exchanger, causing localized boiling. Banging is the sound of thermal shock, water hitting a surface that is too hot, too fast, again caused by sludge restricting flow. Whistling is often a sign of restricted water flow through a partially blocked pipe or heat exchanger. At stage 1, your boiler is working, but it is working under stress. The heat exchanger, the component that transfers heat from the burner to the water, is being damaged by the conditions it is operating under. Sludge deposits act as insulation on the heat exchanger surface. The burner heats that section of the exchanger to temperatures higher than it is designed to sustain. The metal fatigues. Micro cracks begin to form. You cannot see any of this. You can only hear it. The fix at stage 1 is a power flush, an inhibitor, which we covered in our video on magnetic sludge. Cost between £300 to £800 depending on system size. This cleans the heat exchanger before permanent damage occurs. A magnetic filter fitted at the same time prevents the problem from recurring. At stage 1, your boiler has years of reliable life remaining. The investment in cleaning it is straightforward and cost-effective. What happens if you ignore stage 1? The sludge accumulation continues. The heat exchanger fatigue continues. You move to stage 2. Stage 2. The fault codes start. Stage 2 is when the boiler begins communicating that something is wrong. Modern UK boilers display fault codes, 2 or 3 digit codes on a small display panel, when the control system detects an operating parameter outside its normal range. The most common fault codes at stage 2 are pressure-related. The system pressure drops below the minimum operating threshold and the boiler locks out. You see a low pressure warning. You repressurize through the filling loop and the boiler restarts. This happens once. then again 2 weeks later, then weekly. Frequent pressure loss is not a minor inconvenience. It is a symptom of a leak somewhere in the system. Small leaks at radiator valves, at pipe joints, at the pump, or at the pressure relief valve allow water to escape slowly. As water escapes, air enters. Pressure drops. The boiler locks out. Homeowners who do not understand this cycle repeatedly repressurize their systems without identifying or repairing the underlying leak. Each time they add water, they also add dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen accelerates corrosion throughout the system. The leak that started as a slow weep at a radiator valve becomes a significant drip. The corrosion that was limited to one area spreads. The fix at stage 2 depends on the source of the leak. A dripping radiator valve, the most common cause, costs between £20 and £80 in parts and can be replaced by a competent homeowner or a plumber in under an hour. A leaking pump seal costs between £150 and £300, including labour. A faulty pressure relief valve, which discharges water when the system pressure exceeds its threshold, costs between £80 and £150 to replace. All of these are minor repair at stage 2. The important thing is to identify which one is causing the pressure loss, rather than simply repressurizing and hoping the problem resolves itself. It will not resolve itself. What happens if you ignore stage 2? The leak worsens. The corrosion accelerates. The control system begins detecting additional faults. You move to stage 3. Stage 3. The boiler fires but struggles. Stage 3 is the stage where the performance deterioration becomes impossible to ignore. The hot water takes longer to reach temperature. The heating takes noticeably longer to warm the house. You turn the thermostat up and the house eventually reaches the set temperature, but the boiler has been running for significantly longer than it used to. Your gas consumption has increased, and you can see this on your energy bills if you compare month by month. What is happening inside the boiler at stage 3 is that the heat exchanger has sustained sufficient sludge accumulation and thermal fatigue, and its heat transfer efficiency has dropped significantly. The burner is producing the same amount of heat as it always did, but less of that heat is reaching the water. More of it is going up the flue. The boiler is burning gas and generating heat that is not warming your home. At stage 3, there is also a second component. The diverter valve, the component in a combi boiler that switches the hot water flow between the central heating circuit and the domestic hot water output, begins to fail. A failing diverter valve produces characteristic symptoms. The heating is on, but the radiators are only lukewarm, or the hot water runs warm but not hot, or there is a delay of several seconds between turning on the hot tap and getting hot water, or the heating loses heat when someone runs a tap. These are all diverter valve symptoms. A diverter valve replacement costs between £250 and £400, including labour, on most common UK boiler models. At stage 3, this is still a repair that extends the boiler's life meaningfully, but the window for cost-effective repair is narrowing. What happens if you ignore stage 3? The heat exchanger fatigue continues toward failure. The diverter valve deteriorates further. Other components under increased stress begin to show symptoms. You move to stage 4. Stage 4. The boiler is locking out regularly. Stage 4 is the stage where the boiler has become unreliable. It fires when it chooses to, rather than when you need it to. You wake up to a cold house and a fault code. You reset the boiler. It fires. It runs for a few hours. It locks out again. The fault codes are no longer just pressure warnings. You are seeing flame failure codes. The boiler fired but could not sustain ignition. You are seeing temperature sensor faults. You are seeing heat exchanger overheat codes. At stage 4, multiple components are failing simultaneously. The ignition electrode that sparks to light the burner has worn to the point where it struggles to produce a reliable spark. The flame sensor, the component that detects whether the burner has successfully ignited, is dirty or failing and is incorrectly reporting flame failure. The thermistor, the temperature sensor that tells the control board how hot the heat exchanger is reading incorrectly, causing the control board to overheat, protect a heat exchanger that is not actually overheating. Each of these components can be individually replaced. An ignition electrode costs between £30 and £60 in parts. A flame sensor costs between £20 and £50. A thermistor costs between £15 and £40. The labour to diagnose and replace these components is the significant cost at stage 4. A heating engineer visit to diagnose fault codes costs between £80 and £150 before any parts are ordered. If multiple components need replacement, the total repair cost at stage 4 is typically between £300 and £600. At this point, the question that a heating engineer will ask you, and that you should ask yourself honestly, is whether the remaining life expectancy of the boiler justifies the repair cost. A boiler at stage 4 that is 8 years old probably justifies the repair. A boiler at stage 4 that is 14 years old probably does not. The calculation is not just about the immediate repair, it is about the probability that another component will fail within the next 12 months. A boiler at stage 4 has been operating under stress for a significant period. Every component has been affected. Repairing one failing component does not reset the age and condition of the others. What happens if you ignore stage 4? The boiler becomes completely unreliable. You move to stage 5. Stage 5. The heat exchanger fails. Stage 5 is the point of no return. The heat exchanger has developed a crack. Water is leaking internally, into the combustion chamber, or into the flue, or both. The boiler either will not fire at all, or fires and immediately locks out on an overheat fault. A heating engineer confirms heat exchanger failure. The heat exchanger is the most expensive single component in a boiler. Replacement costs between £400 and £900 in parts, depending on the boiler model. Labour adds another £150 to £250. Total heat exchanger replacement cost is typically between £550 and £1,150. On a boiler that is more than 10 years old, this repair is almost never recommended by heating engineers. The boiler warranty on the heat exchanger, where it exists, is typically between 1 and 5 years, depending on the manufacturer and the installation conditions. After the warranty period, the cost falls entirely on the homeowner. At stage 5, the realistic conversation is about boiler replacement. A new combi boiler installed by a gas-safe registered engineer costs between £1,800 and £3,500, depending on the boiler model and the complexity of the installation. This is the number that most UK homeowners associate with boiler failure, the full replacement cost. But what the journey through stages 1 to 5 reveals is that this outcome was not inevitable. At stage 1, the cost was £300 to £800. At stage 2, it was £20 to £300. At stage 3, it was £250 to £400. At stage 4, it was £300 to £600. Each stage offered a cheaper intervention. Each ignored stage made the next one more expensive and moved replacement closer. Stage 6. You have a new boiler, but nothing has changed. Stage 6 is the stage that almost nobody talks about. The new boiler is installed. The engineer commissions it. It fires. The house warms up. You feel relief. You paid between £1,800 and £3,500. The crisis is over. But here is what the engineer did not tell you. Your new boiler is connected to the same pipework, the same radiators, and the same system water as the old one. If the old boiler failed partly because of magnetite sludge in the system, which is the case in the majority of boiler failures in UK homes, and that system was not power flushed before the new boiler was installed, the sludge that destroyed the old boiler is now circulating through the new one. The new heat exchanger, the new pump, the new diverter valve. All of them are now being exposed to the same conditions that caused the previous failure. Most manufacturers require system cleansing before installation as a warranty condition. Many installations do not include it, and most homeowners do not ask. The cost of power flushing the system before fitting the new boiler is between £300 and £800. Added to the installation cost, it feels significant, But it is the difference between a new boiler that lasts 15 to 20 years and a new boiler that begins showing stage 1 symptoms within 3 to 5 years. You now know that UK boilers fail in 6 predictable stages. You know that stage 1 sounds like kettling, banging or whistling and costs £300 to £800 to fix. That stage 2 is pressure loss from a slow leak and costs £20 to £300. That stage 3 is performance deterioration and a failing diverter valve, £250 to £400. That stage 4 is regular lockouts from multiple failing components, £300 to £600 before the replacement question arises. That stage 5 is heat exchanger failure, the point at which replacement becomes inevitable. And that stage 6, the new boiler, is only as good as the system it is connected to. Listen to your boiler tonight. If it sounds different than it used to, you are at stage 1. This is the cheapest stage to fix. This is the only stage that gets cheaper rather than more expensive. Do not wait for stage 5. This is British Home Secrets. We find the knowledge they buried and we give it back to the people who need it. Subscribe, because there is a lot more where this came from.